Other derivational processes. We have studied compounding, zero derivation, and affixation. Let's now look at some few other processes with which we make new words. Blending. It's a process in which we take parts from two words and form a new word. It is also known as portmanteau form words. Mean the same. For example, smoke. We know that it's a combination of smoke and fog. So we've taken one part from smoke and one part from fog. Similarly, we have channel. We have taken it from channel and tunnel. We have bit, binary, and digit. These processes are not limited to English language. They are also found in many other languages as well. But they are rare in Indo-European languages, but very common in Hebrew and Arabic. Language that have come down from Hebrew language, Semitic languages. So, for example, let's look at some common example in Hebrew and also in Japanese. So, because this process is very common in Japanese as well. So, pre-gurt is a word we get from fruit yogurt. So, pre-fruit and yogurt. So, kadurigal, football. So, kadur ball and regal foot. Musker, cold drink. Musky and drink car, cold. So, calcifat, easy to make. Cal, easy, light. So you can look at that how we take parts from different words and combine together to form a new word. So this is a very fruitful and very healthy way of making new words. Blending is an example of creative language use. When you blend, you talk to the people in a very creative manner. So it is a creative way of using language. It shows creation on the part of the speakers or the users of the language, and not adhere to strict constraint as does affixation. So affixation are fixed. They have to be used with this or that. We know that how we use certain affixes with in the when there is a certain sound, then it comes, and when there is no certain sound, it does not come. But this process, blending, does not adhere in this way. It is not strictly bound to any environment that here this is possible and there it is not possible. Another derivational process of forming new word is acronyms. They are formed by taking initials, letters of the words, and then we make a new word. Sometimes we pronounce that combination of letter as a word, and sometimes we keep the letters individual and pronounce them individually. Depend on orthography rather than pronunciation. Obviously, we have this process through writing system, because we have a word written before us and we take the initials of the or the first letter of the word and then make an acronym. It has nothing to do with speaking or with pronunciation. It is external to the general phenomenon of lexeme formation, or a special case of lexeme formation that is among literate user of a language. So acronym is found more in the literate user of the language than the people who are not literate, because it is dependent on writing system, orthography. In acronym formation is orthographically, if acronym formation is orthographically based, just say the NATO. So if we pronounce the word NATO, we find that despite the fact that we have taken the first initial of the words and made this acronym and pronounce it like a word, but still we have the sound of the initials in it. Ne, n, a, ne, to, o. So we have the sound of a and o. How many acronyms can you recall? For example, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Can you? It's scuba. Radio detecting and ranging radar. North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, we just discussed. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS. Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, right? So all these are acronym of these words. So we have, you can see that we have taken the first letter or the initial of the word and formed a new word, that is acronym. FBI differs from other acronyms in this list because it's pronounced letter by letter. We cannot say FBI, we say FBI. So some linguists prefer to call it an abbreviation or alphabetism. For this reason, they think that they should be called not acronym but abbreviations or alphabetism. A characteristic of acronyms in some languages is that they can serve as the base for further morphological operations. They can serve as a morpheme, right? We can, and some affixations are attached to them, and they, as a result, form new words. Especially in French, this is a common process. So CGT serve as the main form morpheme or base, and then affixes are added to it to make the word like sigistist. So this word is obviously pronounced better by the French people. So, but you can see that how by using the acronym they have made a word by attaching it with affixes. So these are all process of derivational morphology, and tells us that how we can create new words, because creation of a new word is very important for for the continuity of language, and it tells the creative sense of the language users.